Hey beauties, good afternoon to you. All right, beautiful people. I noticed it for maybe about a week or two or more. I don't recall how long. Where Ziggy Marley? I saw the headline that said Ziggy Marley, saying he was stating the reason why he said he's not black, and so on. And I said, let me read the article because I don't like to just jump to conclusions when I see something that may be shocking and surprising and whatnot. Although we really should be surprised by anything we hear of or see these days. Human beings are just human beings, all of us. I read something some time ago where he said we're all one, right? He doesn't see people as black, white, Indian chief sort of a thing. Obviously he never said the word Indian chief, whatever ethnicity or cultural background or race or whatever it is, he sees people as, from the human race. I think he's married to a white woman or mixed or something of the sort and thing. And I suppose part of his ancestors are white. Obviously, his grandfather would be white and his grandmother would be black and so on. So I can see where he may have that sort of mindset in not thinking, all right, I'm not going to promulgate a message of you're black, you're white, you're Chinese, so you carry more supremacy, you carry more meaning than the other person. So I'm going to try and see if I can split fairness with justice and somewhat of an accountability. There is a scripture, that says, do not let your good be evil spoken of. And it is a very strange, I don't want to use the word strange. Strange is not the word. It's a very meaningful, profound scripture, but it's a scripture that we have to really and truly dissect and focus on. In a sense, Ziggy, it may have been unwise for you to have stated that. Yes, in a sense, it would have been unwise for you to have stated that. And I'm going to tell you why. For decades upon decades upon decades upon decades, centuries, black people have been made to feel as the inferior race. And we're going to split it and say race. I know people say there's only one race, the human race, but let us use it for the basis of this conversation here and this post. For years, black people have been faced with atrocity after atrocity after atrocity. We know that through slavery. We have been made to feel as the inferior race. And that is why the term was coined white supremacy. And that is why the term was coined Black Lives Matter. Because back in the days of slavery, they used to think that black people came from monkeys, were like monkeys, similar to them. So this is years upon years of systemic slavery, beat down, being treated bad, being killed, sodomized, all manner of evil happening to the black community, to the black race, Mr. Marley. And with that reality, you cannot say, I understand what you mean. That is only one race, which is the human, because we're all humans. We're all going to die at some point and we need to unite. And I agree with you, But I don't think you really understood that song that your father sung, War. It was talking about a complete mindset change of both parties, not just white, but blacks. Until we understand the philosophy of life, out everywhere is just going to be war. It's a deep song. It's not just what you think it is. So with that reality, it was unwise to make a comment of saying you don't see. You have to. Because we still see heavy remnants of what slavery has done to black. There is still white supremacy. You still have the Ku Klux Klan. You still have, as a black man, you commit a crime, a criminal act. Let me tell you something. You could have white friends from now till tomorrow. You're not going to be tried as your white brother if he should commit a similar act. I'm telling you that, my friend. You're not going to be treated similar. You're going to be treated worse. It doesn't matter if your father is Bob Marley. It doesn't matter if you have a lot of money. The only difference is that you may have a better chance than somebody who is poverty stricken. Maybe the only difference. But I am telling you, my brother, you are going to be tried and prosecuted like a common black man or woman, as the case may be. Yes, it's the human race, whether you're white, black, Indian, Chinese, Syrian, or whatnot. Yes, but we have to understand there are levels to it. That's the unfortunate thing. The white race rules overall to this very day. You know, it's only 1% of black people are wealthy of the world. 1%. And I think maybe a percentage of that falls in terms of the billionaire status. Black people don't predominantly, all the other ethnicities own far more than we do. Even though some of them have faced horrendous slavery, horrendous things happening to them, atrocities, you know, like the Indians and so on and so forth. Especially in certain places in Canada, America and all of that. That's what you talk about, the American Indians and so on. Those types of Indians. I'm talking, you know, specifically. You can't separate yourself from that. I understand what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I do know, I understand what you're saying, and I can understand your position as well. You know, with your ancestry being both black and white, your grandfather being white, you're as I said, I think you're married to a white woman, so your children, you know, are biracial. So, you know, I see what you're in. But my brother, you are a black man. You have to every time that you speak, say as a black man, even with your love that you will emit towards other ethnicities or race for the conversation of this post. You have to see it that way, sir. Because I guarantee you make that mistake and falter, your name call up in something that is not, that may be unethical, even immoral. Oh my goodness, you're going to be tried as a black man. They're not going to look at, oh, he's a part of the human race. Say, yes, I'm a black man. You can say, yes, I'm a proud black man. But notice, you know, really, there's really one race, the human race. But we're all, whatever. You follow it up with that. But say, yes, accept it. Because, you know, I'm going to say this to you, Mr. Marley. What if your complexion was high-colored, what you'd call, you know, very high-colored, light skin, really, really light skin, that your nose was straight, your lips were thin, and so on. You know, your hair texture was softer, and so on, you know. Not as kinky as a real black man or woman's hair. And they said, are you a white man? I'm not sure. You might say, no, you know, that I'm not a white man. I'm not sure you might have said what you said. I'm just saying, I could be wrong. I stand corrected if I am. Because I'm not too big to say I was wrong, and I apologize. I stand corrected. I'm just saying I am not so sure. That is me personally saying this. And I'm only going that on the basis of how I see the world. Even here in Jamaica, yes, we don't have the white versus black, but we have colorism. People will see somebody who is extremely dark-skinned, your nose big and your lipstick. Oh my God. The descriptions that you will hear, the vitriol that will come against that person. Lord, she just black, so the black just pierce and panara him. Lord, him nose big, him just black and ugly. Because we associate black with ugly. And worse if you have on weight. Lord, him just big, fat, black and ugly. And look at the black, just black. I've heard it. I'm not guessing that. So I'm not so sure, my dear brother, that you would have responded. And you notice I put in certain criteria in terms of how you would have looked if you're high color, straight nose, lips and all of that. You understood what the black race went through. Yes, a lot of black men, a lot of the black men sold out their black people and caused them to get further in trouble. We understand that. We know all of that. Don't get me wrong. It's called divide and conquer. That is what they had done to us. Divided us to this very day. And that is why we're at the bottom of the food chain in terms of wealth. You understand me? But that, you should not have said that. Say yes. Say yes, I'm a proud black man. Love my black people. But you know, I want us to move from that to unite. That is what Martin Luther King Jr. did. It's like, you know, a dream for that, where we're black and white unite. He had to say black, white, whatnot, unite. Don't let your good be evil spoken of. A word to the wise is sufficient. Follow me on TikTok, guys. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this message, please.